It's
What's going on,
usually
y'all?
me, but I made sure I was on time.
You said what?
I'm usually fashionably late, but I made sure to be on time. I was like, all right, I agreed. I'll be there. Okay.
All right, what's going on, y'all? Gonzo's Convos, season 5, episode 23. This is the first ever group podcast, so go ahead, everybody introduce themselves.
You first. This is your shit.
They already know who I am. They already know who I am.
We don't. I
Okay, I'm Gonzo,
don't.
and I got this podcast. This is my podcast.
It's lit.
Hell
Well, I'm
yeah,
Ayla. I'm from New York. We out here chilling.
New York.
Yep, New
All
York.
right, who's next? Who's next?
I'm Ghost from Las Vegas. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my boy. That boy Gonzo, the truth. I'm glad to be
Okay,
on your show, bro.
hell yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm Destiny, originally from Phoenix, Arizona.
All right.
Hey,
Meet you.
We everywhere. Shit.
right in the four corners of the world. Okay, I love
Right.
it.
Hell
So
no. This nigga down the street.
yeah, for
No,
real. Right
This
down the
nigga live
street.
down the street from me. Like, he like two
I'm
streets.
more mad that I'm the only one in a place where the sky's been gray for like the last like 8 weeks. I ain't seen the sun in a minute. Talk about a heartbreak.
Hey, is it true in New York people really just talk angry like all the time? Like that's the norm.
Hey, I don't mean to talk aggressive. I'm just
Yes. That's a yes. Nigga, that's a
You
yes.
got you got they got the
if it
taxi
sounds
drivers out
like
there. They got the taxi drivers out there cussing
I
at people.
shoulder, nah. Taxi drives. The fuck, you gotta be worried about a crackhead on the street. I wish a nigga would. No, but like
Jeez.
it's really when you're there, like if a car is taking too long to cross the road, you'll be like, "What the fuck? Get the fuck on!" I can't. When I moved back home, I was like, I can't just be yelling at cars like that. What is happening? It will make
Right,
you aggressive, but that city will
right.
eat you up. You gotta be like that though, to be honest.
Yeah.
As soon as a
All right,
motherfucker know
so
they can fucks with you, it's a problem.
getting into the topic at hand, right? The generation talk. What's what does everyone believe are the pros and cons of this generation?
Yeah, went home on Friday to shut up. Thank
But
you.
what pros are there? The
No way.
question. Because
No
I'm a
I'm
way.
glad you
90s
said
baby. I
that.
don't know everybody's ages, right? I'm a 90s baby. Like that was the generation. Like I don't know what the fuck going on now. It's literally it's
I
you're fucked up to be a good person in this era. You can't be a good person. You will be walked all over.
I agree. 90s was a time for sure.
If I get you
It's a vibe.
All right, Ghost. What about hey, Ghost? What about you?
They like,
got one,
I mean, there's some pros with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, information is everywhere. We don't got to go too far to find an answer for anything. But I think Ayla's right. Like, this generation, you got to be a little more tougher. You can't be as nice to people as you could back in the day. Like, neighbors don't fuck with each other. None of that. Like, I don't even know my neighbors.
no, they're not.
Yeah,
They're human
No.
people.
This little shot.
the neighbors I got kind of weird, bro. Like ain't gonna lie to you.
Weird.
They weird as fuck.
But like communication's key. Like you really like you have to talk to people. But like that's why I'm myself in all situations because if you don't like me when I'm being myself, well then who are you, dog? This is my story. Like it
Right.
helps you to just really like quickly like weed the people that just don't need to be there out.
Right.
Because once
I
you
think
go through enough shit,
in this generation, a lot of people are starting to realize that they need to heal from their generational trauma,
yep,
which makes it a little bit difficult because, again, we learn how to be hard, but we're also trying to be soft to make something new for ourselves. And it's kind of like that balance of in between is so difficult sometimes because
yeah.
you come up a certain way, but then you want something different for yourself. I don't know if any of you guys have kids, but I do. I definitely want something different for my kids,
Right.
and
That's
that
the
shit's hard to balance.
thing. Yep. But that's why I raised my kid like a 90s kid. I don't raise no, I don't raise, ooh, Lord. I don't raise like a tablet kid. Like we're outside. But,
Hmm.
but like, but then again, like I have a forest right behind my house. I was raised like that. Like that's what we do
Right.
here. And I will
Yeah.
say to you, like with what you just said, like I get that though. About like when you're raised a certain way or like when you go through certain things, it will change you. But at the end of the day, like from my own personal experience, like I've been in relationships where a man tried to kill me, and I still gave that motherfucker a hug and a kiss. Like it never made me a bad person. Like it never changed me to like be ugly to other people. Like I think that
Yeah.
that's a personal choice. Like you choose to be that way to other people. If you're just
Absolutely.
opening yourself, then that's all you got to do in this world. Stop giving a fuck what
Yeah.
other people think.
And the big difference is back in the day when your husband tried to kill you, you just stayed. We don't stay
Yep.
no more. Like
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
we
I
just
left him
stay.
clearly.
Dealing with that
I
shit.
left
Like
him.
goodbye. Forgive, won't
But at the
forget.
same time, like, right? So I'll give you a story, right? Me and this dude, right? We were engaged. We didn't get married yet, but like we're watching the first 48, or like whatever. The husband strangles, kills the wife, and then this dude will sit on the couch and be like, "I can't believe they act like that." And I'm like, "Dog, you are the man on the TV. What do you mean? You are literally that man." Like, but you're right though.
Yeah.
Like, but I think it's just more of like we're all sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like we are the
Oh, yeah.
generation to be like, listen, I don't know, fuck you. Okay. Anyway,
Like whatever you're
trauma
dealing with ain't
noted.
got shit to do with me.
At the same time, I feel like a lot of people that get in relationships in this generation also break up for the dumbest reasons. Like
But
one
that
little
younger generation, though, I don't know what's going on with these younger kids. Like, I want that Luther Vandross. Like, but I think that's a '90s thing, though. You know what I mean? Like, we believe in the real love. We grew up on that, like, what, that Nelly and fucking Zero.
What
You know what
Nelly
I
saw? You
mean?
better not say it. You better not say Dilemma. That's
Oh
my
no,
song.
okay.
That
We'll,
song's
we'll
about
take it
you
to
and your
Usher
shit
then.
stories.
My boo, like what? Like this is. I mean, but we also grew up on Shaggy. It wasn't me. Like that.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
That's a
true.
good point.
We are the toxic loving generation. I just realized. Like
Ladies,
I
are
know
you
that I'm
staying at
toxic as
home?
fuck.
But see,
Because if he want to stay there, then he can fucking
but see,
stay.
at the same time, that generation they were still going on dates. They were still doing their thing with that.
Yeah,
This generation, you don't see that shit often at all.
because
Nah,
like
you
There's a
don't.
lot of online social media meeting, Tinder. I never really fuck with Tinder, but I have had a lot of friends that did that shit. And, there's no real connection. It's like instant
yeah,
gratification. And then I want to meet up. I want to, so that makes it hard
yeah,
too because you don't really get the opportunity to know that person. You just like, ooh, okay, I kind of dig your
yeah.
style. I kind of dig what you're talking about. But what are you really about?
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. And like even I mean, I personally like I have had a Tinder, but it wasn't for the purpose of like meeting, you know what I mean? Like I had those
Yeah.
intentions, but at the same time, like I'm not gonna lie, like I know I'm not the prettiest crayon that's ever been created. But like I
Oh,
know that I'm
bitch,
a
you
pretty
pretty.
woman. Oh,
what
yes.
other
You pretty.
intentions you got on Tinder though? That's my question. Like, what other intentions are there on Tinder?
But the thing is that like I could be just as toxic as a man, right? Like once you caught in my web, I'm sorry for you. Like like
You think
because like
so?
in my mind, right, like I made you think that it was like I put out a certain personality of like what you thought, but like I wasn't lying about who I was though. It was the fact that you fell in love with that, but I knew
Yeah.
your intention, so I just like it's more of like, oh yeah, pathetic. That's terrible. That was so terrible how easy that was. Don't ask me what my favorite color is. Nigga, shush. Like get to the point. We're grown here. We don't have to beat around the bush. And people are caught off by that, but I'm not gonna lie. I say what I have to say.
Yeah.
Waste my time? I think not. My kid's asleep. We are on a time schedule. Like, what do you want? Stop wasting my time. I hope my mama doesn't see that. Hope she's not listening.
Hey, either way, either way, it is what it is. You know.
Dead ass though. Dead ass. It is what it is at the end of the day.
What do you think this generation needs to do differently to be better?
They need to
Heal.
fucking stop caring what people think.
Heal.
Yes,
Heal,
you
Go
heal,
to
they need
heal
to
is a
just
therapy.
good
heal
one.
their inner selves.
Heal is a
Like
good one.
accept you for you.
Mm.
Like but I mean that younger generation but that's why I'm so like pushing my kid to like really just be himself.
Yeah.
Like please just focus on you. Don't be caring about these other people because like I was the ugly duckling in my mind growing up. So like just for me to now a couple maybe like within the last year or so like realizing that I was beautiful and that sounds stupid to other people but to me that was real.
No,
So
yeah.
like my son he is very cute But like I don't want him to go through that of like needing validation from other people. Like, dog, just be validated in yourself, and the right people will come to you. You know who's there. You know who's a good person in your life. If you have to question them, you already know they're not for you. like, listen to your inner fucking monologue. They don't
I
lie to
think
you.
that's like one of the biggest issues I think that comes up in relationships is when, like we were talking about that generational trauma and shit like that. When you're actually in a relationship and you get deep in that shit and you actually fall in love and you get vulnerable, you
Right.
start dealing with hella mommy daddy issues. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
if you're capable to look within, it's true. That's really what starts happening. But a lot of the times the other person doesn't see that shit, so they start being rageful or they start being,
Yeah.
losing
Right.
their shit, losing themselves in you. And it's like, no, boo boo, like I'm still gonna be here, but what the fuck is going on with you? Like,
Yeah, and I'm tired of having to fix you. I'm tired of having to pick up the slack.
hmm
Because once you stop lying to yourself about your own bullshit or their bullshit, once you just stop lying to yourself and just realize it is what it is, oh, you can adjust and make clearer decisions.
hmm
It's really, oh, I saw the potential. Now you better come potential. You better come potential already. I'm done with potential. Like, I'm done with you trying to figure out what you're doing because it's too time consuming and it's mentally exhausting.
Yeah, like that jealousy shit,
Trying to
that
pick somebody
control
else's
shit.
pieces up.
You're just afraid that somebody's gonna leave you, and that's called abandonment issues. Like what you and yes,
Well, you
we
never
believe
know though. You
people
never know. They
are,
could they could have had a bad like previous relationship stuff like that. I could have
And that's
that too.
fine though.
what that
Like, but
got to do with
explain
you.
that.
You said what now?
I'll be there
Thank
to
you.
support you, but those are things that you
But
just have to
don't
deal
push
with.
those insecurities onto me. I'm not responsible. I'm
Exactly.
here to help, Doc. I'm on your side. We're on the same team. You should
Exactly.
not be coming to me like I'm the one that did that to you.
hmm
Okay? Okay? You tell him. I know. She not lying. Stop lying. I'm not lying.
Like I've been in abusive relationships too. Like, I didn't have it as someone actually tried to kill me, but I have had people put their hands on me, cheat on me, do all kinds of crazy shit, lie to me, go behind my back, betray me, all that shit. But like, if I take that into my next relationship, I'm literally setting us up for failure. I got to deal with that
Yeah.
shit and know that I'm ready to go on to the next relationship, because if that's not the case, it's not going to work no matter what he does. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? No matter
Yeah.
how sweet he is, how curt he is, how much manners he got, it don't matter if I'm not dealing with the shit that I dealt with before.
Yeah.
It's not his
And
Yeah.
fault.
anything you sweep under the rug will come back. Any red flag you ignore will come back. So like
Mm.
even for me, right, with the dude I was with, like I knew that man slapped me across the face twice, 2 months into our relationship.
Oh,
Two
I
months.
knew that I shouldn't have stayed.
Two
Huh?
months.
Over what? Oh, because he said but this is me though, because I don't back down. He's like, oh, you're probably gonna fuck your ex. And I was like, I might slap. And then I was like, well, now I'm definitely gonna do it.
That's
Slap.
that's
And I don't no regrets. No regrets, but that's why I go to bed happy because I said exactly what the fuck I needed to say.
shit.
You take the information for what you want. But I don't lie though. Like I'm telling you what it is. But I'm also a very open person. Like anything I'm expressing to you came from my heart. I don't need to fabricate nothing.
Right.
yeah.
But I'll unravel your little web of lies though. You only get 58 chances with me, dog. But that's just
Only
because I'm a good
58.
person.
58.
Oh, but guess now it's you I sniff a red flag. Oh, you gotta go.
No, yeah. You used to get 58 chances with me too, but now you got two. You
Like
got
That's
my
more
tolerance for
that's
things
more
are like
realistic.
at an all-time low.
That's more
Like if it
realistic.
costs my peace of mind, no, that's what's most important. That is the most valuable thing that I own is my peace of mind. And you just now you just got me fucked up. Sorry.
It goes
Not
what
sorry.
it goes what you think.
I think
I think
judging off the conversation that was just had, I see what y'all saying, but it's like you can't go into a situation expecting somebody, and like I said, expecting somebody to be all the way healed. Like y'all, like if I was to date one of y'all, just from what I heard, who knows what I do that might trigger you. So it's my fault that you get triggered because of shit that I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Like that makes me a
No,
bad
but
person.
that not even
No.
though, because like I'm never going into the relationship with the shit that happened in the last relationship. Like
But
to
that's
me, like
where
it's a brand new day.
that's
It's
also
a
where
brand new day.
communication comes into play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I come to the table and I tell you, look, I've been in an abusive relationship, I've been through this, and these are my triggers because I've been focusing on myself and I've identified my triggers. Now it is your responsibility to try and help me through
Because
those
you
triggers.
know you have the
No, no. I
information.
mean, I
I've
agree with
given
that.
it
I
to
agree
you.
with that. I can get with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not like I'm gonna chop your head off because you did that. Like
But
if
not
anything,
everybody
like I'm in a
communicates.
place in my life now where I would have taken a step back. I wouldn't react the same way I would have years ago. I'd be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. Is my point. So I'm gonna talk to you about it. Like it's us against the world. It's not me and you against each other. It's us against the world.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people aren't clear and try to be open to communicate the shit. They don't think. A lot of people I notice, at least in my experience, they act like it wasn't their fault and they don't need to fix anything that they've done. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
just
So they
lack
don't.
of
That's
accountability.
true. That's
So
true.
it's
People
like
have
Childish
I
as
so
fuck.
many
That's
faults
a
these days.
childish younger thing.
yeah.
That
I
comes
mean
with
it
time.
does.
I feel like accountability does come with age. It does.
Yeah.
I don't
Everybody
know
wants to be
though.
the victim.
I don't know though. There's a lot of older females that I've met that still couldn't take accountability for
Oh
their
yeah,
shit.
Oh,
the
I know
older
them. I know
generation
them.
is kind of fucked
I,
up. The older generation
Because
are
in their
really fucked
generation
up.
they couldn't talk. They couldn't
No.
talk. Like they don't know how to express their feelings. I feel like we kind of are the generation that is finally like really getting in touch with who
Yeah.
we are. So we're being more open about it. Because when you realize like you can be yourself and people will accept you and like accept your bullshit and who
Right.
will be understanding about it, you know what I mean? That will tolerate it. Like you become more comfortable in your situation. But I'm not gonna lie, like my superpower is like it's impossible to be sad around me because I take it all in for you. But like these older people, they're like, oh no, 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 that's not normal. Like,
Let's
well, I'm
just
sorry,
sweep
I guess
that
I'm
under
just
the
not
rug.
normal.
We just gonna leave that there.
Yeah, like you go ahead and be bad by yourself,
I'm
but
like,
I'm chilling
no,
over
I
here.
want
We
to
get
wring the rug out. Like, let this bitch all the dust out. Uncover it.
and I'm like, I've been dusted though. Like, what you mean?
Hey, look.
There's no dust over here.
If the dude can't bring the energy and the vibe, then he should be with a female that can. That's what I'm gonna say.
But that's what I mean. I'm tired. I'm tired of like showing motherfuckers how it could be.
Right.
Like you, when people meet me, they're like, "Oh, you're just so chill and free." Because I'm like, "Oh, you needed to hear it from the source. I heard it in the trees in my backyard. You just got me fucked up." Okay. But that's where I feel like it's my job to like spread a message. So if I can, I'll tell you a really quick short story. A friend of mine that I've known for years, right? She was in an abusive relationship. This guy was giving her black eyes
yeah.
for like the last 8 years. And just a couple of Fridays ago, she decided to defend herself for the first time, stabbed him to get away, and killed him.
God.
Yeah, when I tell you I had that
his
same face,
reaction.
oh,
His
oh.
Yeah.
reaction.
But I felt it was my duty to like talk to her and explain to her like I know how you're feeling
That she's
up
about
until
to
the point you killed him, but like I understand
Right.
because I'm like, but that's my job. Like you have to, as long as you are on the earth and like you are a little better than you were yesterday, you're doing just fine.
Yeah.
Little steps make the difference. Not like, oh, I gotta have $1 million in my bank by tomorrow. I'm glad I still got $5 in that bitch. What? That'll buy me a wrap at the store.
So do you guys
Like
feel
the
like
things that don't cost money.
do you guys feel like people look for the wrong things too when it comes to finding a potential partner?
Yeah.
I think that's a social media thing though. Like social media to these kids now is
I'm
crazy.
talking. Yeah. I'm
Like I
talking
follow
like
a
so.
couple of those cringe pages where they're like, I'm like, I could never
So I'm talking
in
about
my
like
life.
I'm talking about like so when a female's looking for a dude, this is what I hear, right? They look for the height. You know, they gotta be 6 foot and taller type shit.
6 foot, 6 figures. What was
And
it?
the
6
right,
foot, 6 figures.
right,
Some more shit.
and the right zodiac sign for some.
Oh yeah. I gotta be
I'm
born.
not gonna lie, that's never concerned me. But like
Yeah.
that's a question that you can't ask me because I've never been that way. But I understand why bitches are though.
Why?
You know?
Hey,
Why do you
whoa,
think they are?
why though? Like, why do you like? Why are they? Why do they look for the
Why are
zodiac?
they like that? Because bitches want to be seen with a motherfucker like that because they think that that man is gonna give them validation. Like, look what I got. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
that
with me. But then at the same time, they're super insecure about it because because it's kind of hard to explain because I'm not gonna lie, like I just never put myself into situations because when I did that with a man, I was grateful to be with him until I realized later down the line that motherfucker's grateful to be with me.
Hmm.
Like
I know that's
I'm the
not
good
really
soul
for me
here.
personally.
He's
That's
feeding
not
off of
really a
my
topic.
energy.
That's not really a topic that I can relate to because I don't give
I
a
don't go for looks. I
goddamn.
go for you better
Like
make me feel something. I don't. Oh, you called me beautiful today. Okay, so did 800 other motherfuckers, and it meant absolutely nothing.
So
Those
you
are
don't
the
want
types of bitches that need the validation.
a
Those
nigga
are
can't
bitches that are
compliment you?
insecure.
Like your nigga can't compliment you?
Huh?
Is that
oh,
what
you
you're
No,
can
saying?
you can,
compliment
and,
me all
but
day.
I'm not a bitch though. I'm gonna say like, oh, thank you, because
Yeah.
I'm not an asshole. But at the end of the day, like, okay, I told myself I was beautiful today. I didn't need you to tell me, but I appreciate it. But at the same time, like, oh, but you're not 5'8". Or I mean, you're not 6 foot tall. You told me I was beautiful. I'm almost disrespected. I'm not that way.
Yeah,
But
I'm
there
not
are
that
bitches
way
that
either.
are. Like, I'm mad that you even thought you had a chance. Like, nah, that's just those bitches are just trifling.
Like
Yeah.
low
Those aren't good
key,
people.
Yeah.
low key.
Those aren't good people.
If you got like mad money and shit like that, like
Yeah.
I'm low key honestly looking the other way because right off the bat I don't trust you.
You are a red flag.
You
Because
know,
I
yeah, like
You-
you
a
like
nigga with
they
money is
may
a
be a
red
good
flag?
person, but right off the bat I don't trust
no,
you
he's not. But
because
how he acts with it is.
Okay.
yeah,
What if he's
like
humble about it though? You know what I'm saying? Like he got money, but
I think I'm not gonna lie. The man I date right now, he has my heart like no other. When we first started dating, this nigga's lights were shut off for a full month, and I was over there, and we were still having a good time. Cause I didn't care.
that's
I
good.
don't give a fuck, niggas. Put
yeah, I
that
don't
put that
trust
oil lamp on. We finna play cards underneath that shit.
I only got a 10-pound dick,
I fuck
probably
with that.
shit.
I fuck with that heavy. That's a vibe.
But like the same time, like this dude, he realizes that like I don't want to go clinkety clink glasses at a bar. Not that that's a issue. I mean like at a fancy restaurant, but like yeah, I
Yeah.
want to go to like a waterway. I want to go throw rocks.
No, I want to go have
That's
some
me though.
tacos on the corner, bruh. I want to go have
Thank you. Like
like
take me to that Kona spot
yeah,
because the
like
bare minimum is all I ever wanted. But it's like I know I deserve more. But at the same time, like what did I say? Like nothing I ever wanted costed money.
no, like leave me some love notes under my pillow on my windshield before I go to work. Like that shit is
Thank you.
magic. There's nothing you could buy me. At the end of the day, like I was in this relationship and I'll be fucking real. I really never had money in my life growing up. Even to this day, I got kids. I'm a single
Same girl.
mom. Money
Same.
comes and money goes to me. So I had this
It'll
one
always come back.
relationship where they bought me some AirPods for Christmas. This was like 4 years ago. I didn't know what the fuck AirPods were, low key. Like I had seen, like I heard people talking about them and stuff, and that person was like upset with me because I wasn't like I didn't react the way
Up
they
to
wanted me
date.
to
Oh,
react, but I didn't know what they were. And
Right.
like I have sensory issues as fuck. I don't like things in my ears. So I was kind of like, oh, thank you. And then like
thanks.
later it was an argument, like, oh, that cost me $300 and
Oh,
this and that. And I was like, okay, but on the real, like, I'm sorry I didn't react the way you wanted me to, but you didn't have to do that. You could have done a lot of other things. I at the end of the day, and like they didn't
a
understand that
sticky
I
note would have
never
meant
gave
more.
them money. So I didn't understand what that meant to them spending money like that on me. You know what I mean? Like, and so
Yeah.
it was really conflicting for me because I felt bad and I was like, damn, like they did spend hella money once I fucking Googled the shit. Because at the
But
time
the
I didn't
fact
know
is that
what the
you
fuck.
had to think about it and then feel bad about it. Like I'm
Yeah,
taking
you
I'm
know?
saying I'm once again I'm saying sorry for something I shouldn't be saying sorry for.
Yeah, instead of them
Like
being
sorry
like,
I
oh
didn't
damn,
know.
like you really
Sorry.
from the
Punish me for
hood,
not
you know?
knowing
Like
something.
but that like money, like I said, money comes and money goes. It does not make you who you are. And if that's what you're trying to flash to get somebody's attention, that shows like you're not really that
But
secure.
like
I would,
Ex-
I don't
you
say I feel
know.
like that's an insecurity right there. If they're resulting to flashing money and stuff like that, it's an
No, like I
insecurity.
felt so bad.
I
I
don't know.
felt
I'm proud
so
because
of my
they
bad.
money.
think it's
I
a
got.
personality
Goddamn
trait
it.
that somebody's gonna like
I'm
wanna
proud.
like,
Hold
oh, I
on.
have money, she's gonna think I'm this and that. Like, nah, actually, that might work on other bitches, but sorry, it doesn't work on
And I'm
me.
like,
Hold on.
it's not
Hold
that
on.
it
Because
doesn't
right,
work.
girl, I grew
I
up in a house
literally
that had
don't know.
rafters.
Wait, hold on. Go.
Yeah,
My
I
kitchen
grew up
ceiling
broke as
didn't have
fuck too,
rafters
but
when I
now that
grew
I
up.
got
Like,
money, I'm proud of my accomplishments. Now that I got money, I didn't have
yeah, but
money as
you're
a
not
kid.
gonna use that as your main tactic to get a bitch to even like you.
No, 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 no.
No, because
That's
as
what
a
I mean.
woman,
Like these
life
other dudes will be like,
changes.
oh, well, I got this.
It's
Okay, that's
crazy.
nice. You want a cookie?
You know, and then on the other end, I've never really had money and a big house and nice cars. Like I got my little used Jeep and I love that little toot toot. Like that's my bitch. But
It gets
what
me
I
from
do
point A to
have,
point B,
what
don't
I do
it?
have, and like you said, I had to learn that I have this. I got a pretty face. And people come to me, dudes come to me constantly, but they talk to me on some other shit. And I'm like, bro, this
What
face
kind of shit?
lies to you. My heart and my
Yep.
spirit is so different than my face. You don't even know nothing about me. You try to please me with money or you try to please me with like dates and
Yeah.
shit like that. And to me, like, I don't have time. I'm a single mom. I don't give a fuck what you want to do unless you're going to make it worth my while. And worth my while means the experience. Am I going to laugh? Am I going to come home and be thinking about that shit all night and for the next 3 days?
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's nothing that you could give me that is
That would,
monetary or
yeah.
materialistic because that shit really at the end of the day it don't matter to me. I had a Coach purse once because my mom bought it for me for Christmas. My kid done spill a strawberry shake all up in that bitch.
Oh
And I
shit.
was like, oh damn. But also I didn't realize the worth of it because I've never.
Yep, girl. Oh, my coaches. Well, it's crazy because my friend happened to give it to me, and I'm like, I'm so disrespectful to this person. It's got like $80,000 worth of change and a sticky sucker in that bitch.
And you know that
But that's
that also sucks because you know I wish that I could have a classier lifestyle or you know stuff like that, but it's just for me
yo. Can I?
it
I want to
just
ask you a question
doesn't
too,
matter.
if I can.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? So
Yeah.
like, so because like I'm not, it's not gonna lie, it's really familiar because same. Like I did not have money growing up. We're talking about hand me downs, shit like that. Like until
Older
you're an adult and you start
generations,
making your
man.
own money. Do you have money management like issues? Because like now that you're like, oh, I can finally buy something I want, I'm just gonna buy
um
it.
I have money management issues in a sense that I don't necessarily give a fuck about myself. If my kids need or want something and I got $5 left, best believe they're gonna have those
It's for you,
$4
babe.
to go get Kona Ice on Friday at school when they come at 11 o'clock. So yes, I
How old?
do.
How many kids you got?
I have 4 kids.
You have four?
I
I only have one. How old are they?
have a 16-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old.
Okay, so I was about to say, so like the older kids is nice because at least they can help out in some way. I mean, like just with like, can you please make that little kid some breakfast type of things? You know what I mean? Like nothing monetary. Like I need you to,
Yeah.
buy this for me type of thing. Because I only have the one, but I know what you mean. Like especially if I get paid and I'm at the store and I'm like, what you wanted a toy?
Yeah.
Pick it out.
I mean,
Pick whatever toy you want. I don't give a fuck.
I haven't really bought myself shit in a long time because if they want Takis, I gotta buy 4 bags of Takis and that's just like $17. Like,
Yep.
you know what I
You
mean?
see these nails? What?
It
Oh, I
goes.
love your manicure. Dollar store. I got these nails at the fucking dollar store.
I haven't had nails in like 3 years.
Like that's my manicure costs $8. But guess what? My nails last for weeks. Like bitches, that's what I mean. I think bitches literally just be extra as fuck for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the?
Like what? All this makeup I got on, right? It looks nice. Dollar store.
I was gonna say, what do you think of females having like the super long nails that are like out to here?
Oh, they're trifling. I'm like, what do you do for work, bitch?
You know
You
You
know
what?
that.
don't.
You know what some of them do for work. You know
Yeah,
what
I'm
they
not gonna
Exactly.
do.
I
lie.
could too,
They
though.
they
I
they
could
Between them
do.
too.
typing, they be clickety
I
clacking.
could
Like
do the
I
work, but
Yeah,
I don't.
they doing some. They getting paid. Them nails is expensive as fuck.
yeah, we
But
doing
guess what?
something with
Like,
them. Like,
but what she said, right? I'm a really pretty face, so at the end of the day, if anything I've ever wanted, I'm gonna get it, and I don't even gotta work for it. But I don't do that though. Like, I could, you, as a woman, you push these up, you put them in the right direction, and you could get what you want. Sorry, eyes have values. It sucks being a good person.
It does.
It sucks being a real woman that doesn't use her vagina
what
to
do
get
you
things.
guys think about the long nails?
personally, I always thought
How
they
did they
kind of
wipe that
look.
ass?
I didn't.
That's
So
one. That's one. Yeah. How they wiping
Oh,
that
yo,
thing?
baby.
Like how's
Yo,
that thing
yo.
getting clean? And then
You
like,
know damn well they don't.
what you mean? What?
What'd she say?
What'd she say?
I stopped myself.
No, go ahead. No.
Nah, you might as well finish.
Because like honestly, like nails, like I keep my nails up. But just because like they're so cheap at the store. I did my manicure before this. 10 minutes, right? But in my head I'm thinking like, but I have a nail brush, like a little brush that go under my nails. I'm like, I don't feel like y'all bitches be cleaning your shit.
I use
Like
a
that's unsanitary.
I have like a little bar.
I wouldn't trust you. If you even tried to make me a sandwich, I'd be like, nah, I'll make it myself, girl. Don't touch none of my food with them dirty ass.
I don't say for me they've always kind of looked weird to me. Like I don't know.
But what's
Like, maybe
long though? What we talking about, bro?
like
Them nails that be
Oh,
like bush
out the
fucking
big-
long.
yeah, like them shits.
I don't
Like
I like those bitches that get the eyelashes where they're like up to their fucking eyebrows and
Touching
shit.
the
I'm like,
eyebrow.
what is going
That's
on?
crazy.
I've seen somewhere it's touching the eyebrow.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I
Yo,
seen
dead ass, and her eyes
girl
look red as fuck because they can't close them shit. Like, what are you doing?
Hey, Ghost, if we want to see that, we just go to Cincy.
That's it. We 20 minutes
Like,
away from
I don't know when people are gonna realize that like less is more. Like quantity over quality, or quality over quantity. Well,
Yeah.
Well, you know, when
you knew what I meant.
when we got introduced to like Instagram, you know, Facebook, man, but Instagram really was the thing where we got introduced to like IG models, and everybody is trying to be that like, you know, Kim Kardashian figure, and you know, and so young
I'm not a big
girls
fan
are
of the
really,
Kardashians
they're
at all.
real pressured into that shit. You know, it takes
Yeah, talking about that younger generation.
it takes a
Like,
really strong mindset to love yourself for who you are. You know what I mean? Because not only do we have social media, but now we got men looking at these types of women, and they're
and thinking that's what men want.
I
Like,
personally had a man, you know, that at some point after I had my child, he literally like would send me pictures of IG models and be like, "Oh, like you don't look like this," and da da da. And I'm
That's
like,
fucked up.
Yeah,
That's
because
fucked
they're
up.
literally trying to
That's
make you
it
feel
really
like
fucked
you
with me.
aren't shit. Like
It
the
really
fact, oh,
fucked
you
with
don't
me.
look
You ain't
like
shit
this,
for
so
that.
like nobody else is ever gonna want you,
And
right?
like
Like you don't look like this,
it
That's
made
fucked
me
up.
consider at
You
some
ain't
point
shit
in my
nigga for
life,
that.
like, do
God
I need to
should've
go
considered
girl.
get
it.
Oh,
BBL? Do I need to go do this? You know, do
Nah,
I
me
need
and
to?
you need to have a conversation after this.
Nah,
Yeah, you know, but
you definitely should have considered that relationship for sure.
no,
Like,
I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
That
But
ended.
it's real though,
yeah,
because we take what our men say seriously though. Like if you're saying it to me, but the thing is that I'm taking it to heart. If you told me to change or I need you to do this, oh, you best believe I'm on it like white on rice. Like I'm gonna be doing something about it. If it came from you, because only what you say matters.
Because
I
I
don't give a
love
fuck about what
you.
nobody else is saying.
Yeah,
You hear
because I
that?
love
Love is
you, and
stupid
I
as
care
fuck, but it's
about.
very valid.
But that also comes from that generational trauma. You
mhm.
know,
Yup.
how were you
True,
made to
but
feel low
when you have a
self-worth?
good heart though, but like okay, my heart was true, like my love was true, like that wasn't fake. So like of course I want to please you. Of course I want to make you happy. Like obviously I'm doing something that's not making you happy.
Like, I don't know how
So
old y'all
I'll
are,
take it.
but my
Yeah,
35th
like
birthday is coming up in 3 weeks, and I will say
Happy
that
birthday.
my
Yeah.
20s had me
I'm
fucked up.
29.
My 20s had me fucked up. You know what I mean? Now in my
Dead
30s,
ass.
I've really come to learn how to appreciate myself, how to see myself, and how to present myself also, and not give a and not say not give a fuck, because of course when you care about somebody, you do care
You
about, you
gonna
do
give a
value
fuck.
their opinion.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't
Yeah.
align with how I see myself, well, I'm sorry, but you got to go, and that's going to hurt me. But I'm going to deal with that
Exactly.
hurt, and you got to go, because
It's gonna be a
somebody
lot
has
less
to see me
hurtful.
for what I am. And that's why I'm single,
Because
because I haven't
yeah, and I'm
found
not
that
gonna
one
lie.
yet.
There's a lot
So
of
like the man that I'm with now, like he saw those, but like he saw me for me though. Like he really, I'm not gonna lie, I am a redneck ass black bitch. I live out in the woods. Like I'm not wearing shoes when I leave my house, right? But
it's
if
that
you saw
snow.
my Instagram, you would not know
Shoes?
that about me.
You ain't got no
Oh
shoes
hell
on?
yeah!
Don't it
Like
snow out
Oh,
there?
yeah,
I got some.
yeah.
I actually have Saint slides on right now,
Isn't
guys.
it? Isn't it snowing over
No,
I
there?
bought these for my ex
frostbite?
a while ago. They're comfortable as fuck.
Do your
I
toes?
stole them
Frostbite?
shits.
Yeah. Do your toes not get frostbite doing that?
You got
No,
black
you
ass
think I'm
clouds?
outside right now, dog? It's cold as fuck out. But actually, it's not bad. It's like 40 out right now.
That's
To compare to
bullshit.
when it was like
Motherfucker.
single digits not that long ago. I'm talking about in the summer. Like I'm out there. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Don't nobody know where I'm at.
I
I'm
like
a
to be
myth on social
barefoot too.
media. It's comfortable.
When I go like camping and stuff, I'll go hiking. It does wear on the feet and it's a lot of work. But the thing I do like about going barefoot is that you got to pay more attention to where you're stepping because of stones, how rigid they are. You got to pay attention to the bugs that are around so you don't step on them. And also, it kind of makes different muscles in your legs work a different way. You know what I mean? It sounds crazy, and people be looking at me crazy, like, "Oh my
No.
God, you just came up from that mountain barefoot!" Like, yeah, I did, and I
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
feel
look
I
at you a
good
little
did.
about myself.
crazy.
You
You
know?
hit the
Yeah,
track.
but that's
You
what
hit the
like the
track
boy,
barefoot.
the man I'm with now, right?
You
Like,
looking
oh,
a
this
little
nigga.
wild though. I ain't gonna hold
One
you.
date, he pulled up to my house. Like I was already like that, and I knew he was kind of like that. But he pulled up to my house out of nowhere. This nigga got out the car with no shoes on, and I was like, I knew I loved you, right? Like, but I'm not so like I
Wait, the
did
homie was
professionally
driving
though.
barefoot?
Yes, and I was like, oh, I knew I loved that man.
I literally have
But
to
like,
take off my shoes to drive, so
yeah, I'm always barefoot though. It's just
I
what
feel
I
like I
do. Like
can't
I'm out there.
feel.
We're swimming in a creek. We're just. This ain't no regular swimming hole, dog. I'm just in the water. I have to be outside though.
Yeah,
But that's what makes me though. That's
like
what I
lay in
mean.
the
Like
grass,
I'm
look at the trees, look at the
yeah, like my
sky.
son at 5 years old knows kindling. He knows how to break up tiny or sticks to start a fire. He knows how to start a fire without a flame from the night before. Like I'm instilling values now. I mean, these
That's
values were
good.
instilled in me. Like we're outside. I would get home from work in the summer, and then this kid will be like, "Can we go into the woods?" And I'm like, "You don't ever have to ask me that question ever again, because you know we're going.
No.
Like you know damn well we are going." But I mean, we have like, it's a couple of people on our road. I mean, I live on a country road. It takes 20 minutes to walk down my entire road. So, like the woods we go into, it's immaculate. It's beautiful. You don't have to watch where you step because we are the ones that made the trails back there. Like six of us, all separated on this road. We're not even neighbors. The next person that goes down there lives like 10 minutes down the road from me in their golf carts and shit. But we're out there. We just when we happen to run across each other when we're out there. We never planned to see each other. But like shit, I would go to the Tops. Well, I don't know if you know Tops. It's like a grocery store. You
Yeah,
know,
the one that got right.
huh? Yeah, well,
That's
yeah,
the
in Buffalo,
name.
actually, that fucking mass shooter fucking killed a bunch of
Yeah.
people. Actually, as a matter of fact, yeah, that Tops. Yeah. But
Hey,
like shit, I'm grabbing hamburgers. Like we're cooking our food over an open fire. Like this is what I do though. You know what I mean? So I can get some bitches don't want to get dirty. Like for me personally, if you're afraid of mud, then I'm just not the girl for you, right?
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh
not the
yeah.
one for you. I went on a date one time and this I literally picked up a frog off of the ground and I was like, dog, and he looked at me, he was
That's
like, don't
me,
bring that in
yo.
my car. He was like, don't bring that in my car. I looked at that nigga like this.
hey, as long as that shit wasn't a spider, then we good.
Yo,
Oh, I
scary
picked up
ass
spiders.
nigga.
I have a spider tattooed on my neck, dude.
Fuck spiders, straight up.
But that's me though. You know, I'm not for everybody, which I understand. But that's okay. That is okay because that just means we are not meant to be. If you have
Yeah.
to force anything, it's not right. The shit that is supposed to be there will just be there. And that's just how it'll happen. Like so, when I stopped caring about everything else, which I'm glad because I feel like I'm obviously the youngest one here, but I've gone through so many things that I'm forced to be this way, which is okay, right?
But
I'm okay with that.
you said
What
you're
do
the
you
youngest
what
one
do
here.
you guys think about
I'm
females
29.
being, you
I'm
know,
22.
not necessarily wanting to get dirty versus
Oh,
those that are okay with it?
Damn, how old do I look?
I,
Damn.
I thought when
No?
we were going over ages, I thought I heard your question. I'm not disregarding your question, but I thought
Oh yeah.
everybody said that they.
Nah, I'm definitely
She said
22.
she's about to turn 35. What did you say? You were
I'm probably
32,
the
33?
oldest.
22.
I'm having my dirty 30 March 4th.
She's a
Yeah, and
dirty
last year
30.
people went to jail. Oh, I'm not having that again. My birthday lasted 3 hours last year. Oh, we not doing that again. That's the last time I'm spending my 2 days in a row out.
Hey, go. She asked what your age was.
31.
Yeah,
Damn, I'm
see,
the oldest
31.
motherfucker in this bitch.
So I'm the
It
youngest.
don't matter. Age is really nothing but a number. It's
What's up?
No,
not.
it's It's not. You can see
Yeah,
sometimes
you
you
can
see
see.
younger people looking older and you see older people looking younger, and I believe that it's
Yep.
all in spirit. You know what I mean? Like how
Being
you carry
stressful will age
yourself,
you.
your beliefs, how you let stress affect you. You know what I'm saying? Like my
Oh, those
16-year-old
wrinkles
son was
happened
just telling
overnight.
me.
Ooh.
My 16-year-old son was just like, "Mom, like you really seem like you're aging backwards." And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, baby, but all
Yeah,
I know is I'm never gonna die. Like I'm gonna
Yep.
live to be
I was gonna say.
126 years old.
I
Like
was
I
gonna
want to
say.
be here with you. I don't let stress affect me. It affects me. Don't get me wrong, but I deal with it. I cry about it. I reflect on it,
The
and then I'm
stress
like,
that's
you know
worth
what? I'm
stressing
alive.
over. The
I'm
stress
alive.
that it,
I'm living, and I'm just gonna appreciate what I have, even when I don't have nothing.
I was
And
gonna
no
when I
dead
say.
do have
ass.
something, I'm gonna give it all to my kids.
I was gonna
Yeah, that's
say
another
because you
thing.
could. I was gonna say because you could still pass like mid-20s. You know.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
I get that a lot. Like it's kind of annoying because people come up to me, be talking to me like I'm a kid, and I'm like, yo, like
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
got a
lie. I
real
had like this
history behind
21-year
me.
old like in my inbox, and I was like, "Who is this young ass motherfucker?" Boy, talking about some. You got me bricked up. I was like, bricked up, nigga. It's brick as
Bricked
fuck
up.
outside. What are you talking about?
No, he said bricked up shooter shoot. I guess shooter shoot.
I was like,
Hey,
oh.
hey,
I was like, see,
at
this.
least he shot his shot though. At least he
Yeah,
shot his
he
shot.
shot. He was
You
shooting.
can shoot all you want. That's what I mean. Like my dartboard is just so all over the place. You just sorry. Come meet me outside, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll be out in the
Hey,
woods at 2 o'clock in the morning by myself, not a light on.
hey, she said that
You
hoop is too
can't bother
small.
me. Yeah, I'm so unbothered. Like
So can I get back to the question that I had asked for you gentlemen
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
on
Yeah.
how you guys feel about a woman who, because some men do prefer that classy woman who don't want to be barefoot in the woods and whatnot. Like, what are your guys' point of view on that? I mean, some of us got the best of both worlds, but
I was about to say,
is
girl,
it a
because I
turn
feel like
on
you are the same as
for?
I am. Like, oh, I can be that though. You just got me fucked up.
No, yeah, absolutely. Like I can dress the part, but I'll also be out there in the mud like a motherfucker talking about
Yep.
ooh, like
This
Yeah.
water feels good on my feet.
uh-huh.
Hey, Ghost, you get into that one. First.
Um,
We
I don't know.
both
It
just bit
kind
our lip at the same time. It was crazy. Sorry. I seen you do it, and I was like, yo, I just did. Sorry.
I mean, it kind of just depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like. I feel like if you can do all, you do whatever the fuck you want. Like your hobbies is your hobbies. Your lifestyle that you want to live is your lifestyle. But like,
Not
as
that
my woman, as long as you bringing me feminine energy, as long as you ain't trying to act like this nigga right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you ain't trying
yeah.
to act like one of the homies and all that, like, I don't really give a fuck what you
Right.
do. I mean, because that's the joy of being in a relationship with another individual. If you're an individual and I'm an individual, and you
Which is
know
how it
our
should be.
differences,
And on
our
a real note,
differences, might you might teach me something, I might teach you something.
and on a real note, if you're both dominant, it's not gonna work. You
Yeah,
guys
No.
gonna
same
collide
type of
heads. Like,
motherfucker. Like, nah, nigga, I don't, nah.
But it shouldn't
But
be
I
a
do
competition of
believe that
who is dominant and who's not. Like you chill,
I
I'm
do
chill.
believe
You cool,
that
I'm cool.
it takes a woke man, because some women were built to be in their feminine energy, right?
Yeah.
And me
This
personally,
real nigga in me just won't die. I saw that
yeah,
post.
like I can speak for myself.
what?
Being a single mom, in
What?
in and in the way that I'm a single mom is I
That's
go
so funny.
outside and I play football with my boys because they don't have
Yep.
nobody else to do that. I
Yeah.
talk to my boys about puberty. I talk to my boys about sexual education from a man's point of view because of the research that I've done, because I had to. I personally don't have a dad in my life. He abandoned me a long time ago. And unfortunately, because my poor judgment of character when I was young, my kids don't have any dads in their life right now. So
If you learn
because
from
of
that
that,
mistake, you
I've
already
had to
know
learn how
better.
to balance both. So I do believe that it does take a woke man to an extent to help a woman reach that feminine energy. What do
Because
you
we
guys
want to be
what you guys think
feminine.
about that?
We
Because I
want
want
to
to
be
be soft.
feminine.
Hell yeah, I
So
Yeah.
want to be soft all day. But if I have to be hard, I can also be that. But like I never want to be that to my man. But if
right.
he makes me that
Exactly.
way because he's on some bitch energy, like
Because I
Right
would
now,
never be
listen, for
acting that way
example, I got
unless you made me act that way.
Right. Now, so define what a woke man to you would be.
a woke
Somebody
man
that
to
just
me.
knows.
A
Or you
woke
got it.
man to me is a man that can listen clearly, not listen to react, not listen to respond.
Yep.
Listen, take it in, and then when the things happen because I have a real good composure, right? But when I love you, you can trigger the fuck out of me. And when you trigger me, oh, that means I'm finna cry. I'm finna cry for like 3 days because I have a lot of shit I done been through. Are you capable of saying, you know what, I listened to what you said before and now I'm ready to handle this shit? Or are you gonna say, what the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't do shit. It wasn't my fault. That, you know what I mean? Somebody that can listen, respect somebody else's emotions, and also communicate. Tell me how I made you feel, but
Yep.
in a soft way, in a nice way, in a way that I can
How
cradle
we're
you into
talking
your
right
arms
now.
and not be afraid of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not gonna lie.
Unfortunately,
This whole talk is just like validated that the man that I'm with right now. I'm like, I knew that motherfucker was the one. I knew he was the one because like
She's
same thing.
having
Like, but
epiphanies over here.
but like I already knew that though. But like it's just like okay, but it's not me saying it. It's other people saying it. Like okay, I
what
can
I was gonna
because
say,
I would I would communicate the same way I would to him the way I would a past motherfucker. But in a past motherfucker, I'm apologizing for my feelings. Oh, that's the last time I'm saying sorry for how I felt. You guys got me fucked up. But now
I
I
was
communicate and I tell him like, okay, this is how I'm feeling X, Y, and Z. Okay, well I'm his pigeon, so I like it's an inside joke, right? Because I lived in New York, like I'm a pigeon. I just wander around. I do whatever I want. It made sense. And he says, okay, pigeon, I'll try and work on it. Thank you. I love you. Continuing on. It didn't have to be an argument. It was a talk. That's how it should be. We didn't have to argue about it. You heard what I said. And then at that point, it's up to you. I'll find out eventually if
right.
you were
Now,
real with what you said.
how would you feel if it went the other way? What if you did
Oh,
something
but
you didn't intend to offend the
Really
man?
get into
He
that
may
one.
not. We're not gonna react. We're not gonna cry about it. I might not just fuck with you. Like I might not say
You're gonna
anything.
shut down because
Like
that's
yeah,
I
but
what
might
that's
just
the
shut
point is
down.
that
Now
you
that
was
might
being
be my
fake
way
because
of
you're just not
communicating
gonna
with
fuck
it.
with me over it, but you're still gonna fuck me. That's what I got a problem with. You're not
Oh
gonna
no,
fuck
you
with
ain't
me
get no
over
dick
what
from
I
me. You ain't get no
said,
dick from me.
but
No, no,
no,
no, no, no,
because
no.
oh,
You'll
but
go
guess
get
what?
dick,
But I could go get dick from somebody else because eventually,
and
like,
that's
guess
the
what? I'm
issue.
gonna be
If I'm
tired of
your
you. But
man,
the thing
if
is,
I'm your
but I'll
man,
leave you
if
though.
I'm
I'm not
your
gonna cheat
man,
on you.
if I'm your man, and we have an argument, and you're the person who started it, and you offended me, and I'm saying, and my way of dealing with it is to shut down, and I'm not fucking with you. You ain't getting no dick from me, whatever. The same way y'all might withhold some box from a nigga, you're gonna go and fuck with the next nigga just
Well, I
because
would
you
never
asked.
withhold it though
no,
because, like, first of
that's
Yeah,
all,
that's a terrible
I,
response to that. You know
if
what I'm
we
saying?
are in a relationship and I see that I have triggered you to shut down, that's where the self-healing comes in. I
yeah,
need to be strong enough to identify that I triggered you. I might not like the way that you're
I'm not
responding, but
perfect.
I need to
I fuck up.
understand,
Like,
why is he responding this way? There
yeah,
Yeah,
might be something in his past, with past relationships, with his parents, with somebody close to him, that caused him to react this way. And now at that point, it's my responsibility to soften up. And
yeah,
unfortunately, sometimes when you soften up and the male is not ready to receive that, and that's why I said both people
yeah,
have to engage in that self-healing, because
yeah,
if you trigger me, I expect you to comfort me. If I trigger
yeah,
you, then it's my responsibility to also comfort you and reassure you and say, you know what, I am sorry. It's hard for people to say sorry nowadays, but
yeah. That
I
is
It
am
true.
is.
sorry if
It
what I
definitely is.
did or said made you feel this way, but please don't shut down on me. Please be
Yeah,
open
yeah.
with
I'm not
me
gonna
because
lie.
I
Yeah,
So
love
when I
you
was
and I
saying
exactly.
want
about the
you.
dude I'm with now, like, this is a healthy relationship I'm in now. So like, there is no shutting down because we're both open and communicative. You know what I mean? So it's just nice
how
to
long you guys
talk
been
because
together?
like
If you don't mind me asking.
we've been together
Go
for
ahead.
2 years now.
Oh, okay,
But I
okay.
mean, 2 years, like we talk every day. We see each other all the time. Like, but it's
Yeah,
not. It's like so. Even my
Oh, it
best friend,
should
of
be.
who I met in 2010, I've never even had an argument with that girl, and we've talked every day since 2010. Anybody that's
But
been close to me that I
arguments
knew.
and disagreements don't come with a relationship, though. It's not
Yeah,
necessarily
that's
making it
common.
healthy.
You're
Oh,
gonna,
but that's what I mean. But like anytime I've had an issue or where I was feeling like how I shouldn't be feeling, I would just simply talk to him though. But he would
Yeah.
listen. If he ever had anything to say, I'm listening. Okay, this is what we need to work on. Okay, we worked on it. Okay, we're good. There is
But
no exit. It never goes to that level.
I think the point that he's trying to make is what do you do when the tables are turned? Basically, when your
Yeah.
Oh, but
man
like
shuts down.
I am the person that is receptive. Like I'm not. So think about it, guys. A man tried to kill me, and I literally analyzed the situation of what I could have done to why I was the reason that happened, and I changed it, and I still stayed, gave that motherfucker a kiss and a hug after I
Yeah,
jumped out of
no,
a window and
that
cracked my head on the ground. This
when
nigga laid and he went to. You know what's
Nah,
crazy about
but
that is
that's
that
not
he went to
healthy,
sleep
though.
so
violence and
fast.
rage is involved, you need to get the fuck out of there. You're not.
Yeah,
Oh
that's not
yeah,
That's
healthy
but
at
what
not
do
all.
we
that's
say?
Nigga,
not
Oh,
no.
that.
but I
What?
love
No
that
way.
motherfucker. But
Hell
I
Yeah,
loved him.
no.
and
But
we do
then I called the
that
police. But that's what I mean. Like you're not gonna question my loyalty to a motherfucker. Okay.
because there's a difference. There's a difference between people having emotional dysregulation. That's what it's called by term, emotional dysregulation, and the difference between narcissism.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm not gonna lie. Like
You know what I mean?
this was like 2 years ago. Like I've already been dealt and has analyzed and realized the situation of what I was in. But that's why I
Right.
don't be
I'm
worried
fighting a
about it
cold, so
now.
I'm over here fucking dabbing my nose like a motherfucker. I've been sick for like 3 days.
Shit, I mean, and me and this man, we ran a drug empire. Like we were running. It was crazy. I used to live a
man.
good fella life, but I'm a
Yo,
lot more chill now. Okay. It was crazy. But now it's chill and I'm with somebody that like I said, but it's more of like, okay, we just really share the same interests. But this is also somebody that I started talking to where we had no intention on dating. We fell in love naturally over time because we just enjoyed each other's time. And now that's all it is. You like hanging out with me, I like hanging out with you. You know what? Let's hang out more. Okay, we did.
which
You tell me
that's how
I told him I love you. You told me you love me. All right, we going somewhere.
which
Okay.
that's how it should be. But
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it took how many fucking trials and error to realize that that's how it should be.
it's a
Love does
learning
not take
You
experience.
got to
work.
go through that, though. I feel like
Yeah,
it should.
so
You shouldn't get a perfect
Oh yeah, yeah,
off
yeah,
rip.
yeah, hundred
yeah, it's a
percent.
learning
That's why
experience.
I'm grateful that I went through that shit with my last. That was
Yeah.
so bad. That's why I'll smell a red flag. I know how you talk. I know how you're acting. I know where the conversation is going. I can literally predict it because I've been here already. You've done
See,
this
So,
now.
so
I'm not
let's get
even
into
there
that.
yet. I
Let,
don't even trust myself enough with my emotions to put that on somebody else.
But that's why I said age is nothing but a number. Because look, I'm
Yeah.
way younger than you, girl, and I've been through it. But I also had it's not that I healed overnight. It took I took a
Oh
year and a
yeah.
half and a bunch of drugs and a bunch of drinks to
And
become
the thing is,
this
healing never
self-centered.
stops. So it never stops. Just like life has ups and downs. Just like earlier I said, money comes and goes. Life, I feel like a lot of this generation thinks, oh, I'm gonna reach enlightenment, and that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be there. That's not the case. You go up, and then you
That's
get back
lying to
down. But
yourself.
are you gonna stay down? Or are you gonna climb back up? And sometimes that rubble gonna slip under your feet, and you're gonna slide down, and you're gonna keep climbing. That's how you weed out the people. Are you a climber or are you going to sit there at the
Are
bottom?
you
Because
down with me
nobody
or
sits at
not?
the top. You
Are
know
you
what I
down
mean?
with me or not? Because I don't want to be at the top by myself. But at the same time, like I drink alone, I do my shit alone. Because you know
Shit,
what?
I'll be at the top
I've
by
never killed
motherfucking
my own vibe.
by
If I
myself.
wasn't having this conversation with y'all right now, I would be in my bathroom, fucking in my mirror, like just listening to music, having a good fucking time. Where's my dude at? He's at home. I'm at home. He said, I love you. Good night. I said, I love you. Good night. There is no worry. When you don't have to worry about shit, or when you stop worrying about shit, the whole second half of your life begins.
But the thing is, in 10 years, everybody grows. Everybody changes a
Yep.
little bit. You're going to keep
Like
that
you're supposed
compatibility.
to. You're
It's not just
supposed
going to
to.
come natural. You got to work for that shit. You know what I
If you
mean?
are the same you were 10 years ago, then you need to realize that you are the fucking problem.
right.
I'm not even the same I was as yesterday. But not because I'm different, because I realized, like, okay, I need to be doing this a little better. And it's not going to happen overnight. It took drugs, drinks. Like I said, like, I was really fucked up. I was bad. But I could have went left. I could have kept doing that. But what did I do? I fucking got my shit together. Yeah, I might drink a little more now, but nothing compared to what a bitch was doing. Oh, we have settled. We have settled down over here. Oh, I'm smoking a blunt now. Oh, I could have been busting an 8 ball of yay down by 10 a.m. I think we're doing better. Okay, like
Definitely.
you got to take those little W's and but they're not little. They are W's. As long
I
as you're
have
better.
nothing at all against smoking weed because I smoke weed. How old am I again?
Oh,
I smoked
everybody
weed
smoke.
for
If you
like,
don't smoke weed,
25.
what are you doing?
I smoked weed for 9 years, right? For 9 years. And I got to a point where, because I was saying, like, oh, God gave this to us. It's just a plant. It's a herb. It's spiritual, blah, blah, blah. I've been 56 days clean off of weed. And don't get me wrong, I'll be like, damn, bitch, you a loser. You ain't smoking blunts no more. Like, I have these moments where I'm like, God damn. But
Oh
at
yeah.
the end of the day, people say that it's not addictive, but the substance isn't the cause of the addiction. It's the inside that's the cause of the addiction. And I found myself at a place where, like, I was waking up, I didn't know how to be myself unless I smoke weed. I didn't know how
But
to
that's
talk
being
to people
self-aware.
or
At
be
least you
around
know.
people unless I smoke weed. I didn't know how to go play with my kids at the park unless I smoke weed. You know what I mean? So I still
And
drink,
that's
every
accurate as
now and
fuck.
then, and but it's hard to be self-aware sometimes. And again, you
Yeah.
rolling up that blunt and that shit looks good as fuck. I have
Oh,
nothing
I rolled
against
that quick
people.
shit as hell too, honey.
I have nothing against people that have the capability of maintaining themselves. But for me personally, like, that was a big fucking step in my adulthood. I did do, the only drug I had ever done was coke when I was in my early 20s for about a 3-month period. And then I was like, oh no, I have a lot of, drug addicts in my family. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be this. And then I ended up going to the doctor and making a couple appointments because I was trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with my brain, really. And
And I
I
hope
came
they
to
didn't
find
put you on
out,
antidepressants. Those are terrible.
well, after years, I didn't just accept anything, but after years of figuring this shit out, I came to find out I was bipolar.
Oh
And
yeah. Well, that makes sense. But everybody's so different though, right?
mhm. And it's
Like
not
what works for
bipolar
me is
like,
not gonna
oh,
work
I'm
for
fucking
you.
batshit crazy. It's bipolar like sometimes I'm up and sometimes I'm down. And it's not only my brain, it's also from where I came from. I have a long
Yeah.
line of bipolar women in my life. You know what I mean? So it's
That is.
I had to
Recognizing a
make a
pattern
choice.
and choosing to make
How
a
do I
different
get
goal.
better? How can I make better decisions? And also, how can I be in better relationships? Because I didn't understand what the fuck was going on with me. Oh, you were rejecting me and you weren't making me feel loved. Now I want to kill myself. What the fuck? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
we don't even gotta go there because Lord, we got enough
I mean,
scars on the body. Talk about
I
if
already
we're. I
talked to old
mean,
boy in the DMs. I was like, yo, I'm a big advocate for this shit because I've lived it. I've lived a long time of dealing with mental health issues. And at the end of the day, a lot of people do, whether it's anxiety, depression, being manic, being low, having borderline personality disorder. A lot of people have this shit and they don't even know it. And they don't
Yeah.
even know how to deal with
yeah,
it. So
because
when it
they
comes into
never
a
go to get help.
relationship,
They never go to talk to anybody because
and you want to
they
know
just
why? Because the
terrible.
generation before us sweeps everything under the rug and says mental health don't really exist. Just keep
Exactly.
going.
Like breaking a generational curse is hard, and I'm not gonna lie. Like my mama is probably sleeping right over there, and I hope you hear it. I hope you hear it because how many times have I done something that was just mentally good for me? Like oh, this one time I like to rollerblade. Okay, I'm a professional ballet dancer. I don't know if you guys know that, but like I love figure skating, and but so I'm good on skates, like regular rollerblades. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm out there with my headphones on, not giving a fuck. I'm out there floating. I was at the end of my driveway and she looked at me like, and I looked back like, what? And she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, you see these rollerblades on my feet? I'm about to go rollerblades. That's not normal, Ayla. For you, it's
Yeah.
not normal. That does not mean that's not normal for me. Like this is something that is gonna help me just clear the bad juju going on. This is what I do to
And
be happy.
I've dealt with that shit with my music. I've been doing music for a long fucking time. I started writing songs when I was 14 years old, and I remember always hearing, "When are you gonna get a real job? When are you gonna da 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 da? When are you gonna?" And I'm like, "But I'm good at this. But I'm really good at this,
Yeah.
and not only am I good at it, but it makes me feel
Makes me
whole.
feel
It
good.
makes me feel whole. You know what I'm
It makes me
saying?
feel
Like,
good. So why are you
yeah,
hating
you
on
know."
something that makes me feel good? And I'm not gonna lie. So to like say like parts of my career were hindered because I would rather have just chased love to make somebody else feel good. But to say that I was not successful in what I did would be a lie.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
So like this is what I do. Like I have been a professional dancer since I graduated high school. Like I taught for 11 years of my life, but I put that part of my life on hold to teach other motherfuckers because it was comfortable for me. And once I officially stepped out of my comfort zone, it was Gucci. I was good. I mean, like to the point where like I was in 3 different relationships in that time frame of me teaching is how long I taught, you know. Oh, what, 5 years, 3 years, another 5 years with relationship wise. So like now, but like to put it simply, a previous ex-boyfriend, if I said like, hey, I gotta go dance in Philadelphia, right? Another city. They need me over here. An ex-boyfriend, oh, but you're gonna be going to another city? Well, how do you think that makes me feel? Versus the man I'm with now, hey, pigeon, go have fun. I hope
First of
you do
all,
great.
it should make you feel proud. Like,
Exactly. It should you would think that though, but it's really not like that. But the thing is that like me being with my heart, I'm like, oh, that makes you uncomfortable. Okay, I'll put the things that make my heart happy on hold for you. Oh, no more. People that love you and realize that it's something that just it makes you who you are, they will support you 100%. If I was your man, oh bitch, you like to fucking sing, you like to make songs, make a song about me. I want to hear it. It would
trust
be
me,
that simple.
I know. And when I did make a
But,
song about them, they didn't like that shit.
yeah, they're like, oh, that was cool. That was it. That's all the feedback you had.
How do you fellas
I
feel about that? Have you guys had a female that maybe held you back from something that you were aspiring at the time because of jealousy or whatever the
I'd
case?
love to hear it.
I would say, I would
It
say,
probably does exist. Like,
I would say majority of my past relationships definitely held me back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's an insecurity thing. People that are insecure will literally push them onto you. They will feel like weights around your ankles because you feel the need to like make sure that that person knows I love you. But once you realize that like it does not matter the amount of love you are getting a motherfucker, if they did not accept it and like know it the first time, they're not gonna know it a year later.
Right.
They're not.
And Ghost,
So
how about you?
I wouldn't say they held me back. I'd say like they were really comfortable. They were comfortable with being mediocre.
That's the point,
Like
is that you
I'm not
allow
saying
them to
that.
be comfortable though. Just
Yeah,
as
I'm
a
not saying
woman,
that to shit
we
on her.
allowed that shit to happen. We're all to blame.
Yeah, I'm not saying that to shit on her, but it's just like like I wanted to go in a different direction than she did, and even though I wanted to make it work, she didn't. She didn't see the vision the way I did, and now she's literally doing the exact same shit that she was doing when we split up.
That,
So
what
mhm.
did
it's
I
like,
say earlier?
Which
Oh,
yeah,
if
is,
it feels like work, it's
kudos to
not worth
her,
it.
but I'm sure that
yeah,
shit
And
is really
that's the funny thing is like they'll hold you back and they'll knock you down, but they'll still be doing the same shit while you still on
yeah.
their levels.
yeah,
So
Because
Which,
they're the same people that like, oh, it's not okay if you do it, but it's fine if I do it. Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
type
but
shit.
it's also really
you got me fucked
I
up.
guess it's, I wouldn't say it. I mean, it does hurt, but I would say it's offensive to the spirit when you done put somebody on, in a sense, and then they want to continue doing the shit that they couldn't do with you, but together you would have been a force. And you're just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Because, and honestly, I think anytime that that's happened, because originally when that used to happen to me, I used to think like, oh, like I can't believe they're doing that this now, and now I'm like, they're literally just trying to be spiteful in the fact because they know it'll be a trigger for you, so you will come back. Oh,
yeah.
we learning your tricks out here. You just got me fucked up.
Yeah,
Your little, like I said in Saw. Oh, I'm not playing your little games. I'll just die. You just got me fucked up. I'm not playing your games. Okay. But I'm not gonna lie. Like
and
also being too self healing is a problem. because like even now, like it's hard to care about certain things, but like it's just any trauma I've been through has just never actually made me a bad person. Like
Right.
anybody that took love from me, you obviously needed it. That's okay because I got more. This is not for you anymore. Like you really are the loser in the situation because I'm a good person. So you
Yeah.
are the loser. I just had to realize that I'm not the one that lost you, nigga. You lost me.
Either way,
Shame
either
on
way,
you.
either
And
way, they're
Gonzo,
gonna.
I've seen on your page that you be boxing and shit. Is that what you're talking about when you say you had relationships that kind of held you back a little bit,
Yeah, I meant to
or are
ask
there
Yeah,
that
other
too. I'm
things?
glad that you said it.
yeah. I would say that was a part of it. I'm not gonna put a lot of it on the past relationships because either way, I still found myself going
No,
back to it.
absolutely. But
So,
they have an impact for sure.
yeah, it had a part of it for sure.
Yeah, but
Definitely
I
for
mean,
sure.
because like we all know that. Like I saw that fucking post on Facebook today, as a matter of fact. Like we all fucking were held back because we were too busy chasing love, which
That
is
was
a
my
shame.
I would
and that
say
was my biggest problem back then.
personally, I would say I wasn't held back by a person. I was held back by the way that they affected my mental health. It was the
Yeah,
way that I was able to deal with life and I wasn't able to deal with it the way that I wanted to that held me back. So I don't blame a person for holding me back. I blame the amount of love and misjudgment that I had for that person and how they affected my mental health because I
Yeah.
let them in too deeply. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have
yeah.
said, well, fuck you. I'm going to keep going. And there are
But why
people,
would you say that when you're a good person? That's why I never blame myself because, like, yeah, it
well,
was me that fucked up. But at the end of
because
the day,
it
like, I
doesn't
was
mean
just trying to be good.
it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It might mean that they also have their own mental health issues. They also have their fucked up ways of dealing with trauma. And that doesn't mean that they purposely affected me. It
But what
means
did you
that
say
I
earlier?
triggered
But what
them.
does that have to do with me? What does
I
that have
triggered
to
them,
do with me?
you know?
Exactly. But like at the same time, like we could talk about it. Communication is literally key in any situation, relationship, friendship, with your mama, with your cousin, with your neighbor,
I
your
mean,
weird ass neighbor. Go
I
communicate.
personally don't feel like I could talk to my mama about everything. And a lot of people don't have that. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Or never
communication
have.
has
Honestly,
its
like I speak
Yeah.
from a place of passion because like I have literally been through. I lived in hell. I know what it's like. So it is my duty as a person, not as a woman, as a human being to like tell you about the things that like I wish somebody would have told me, but like at the end of the day, like people have told me. But you have to go through shit to really know.
Right.
Like I'm one of my friends, she's 24. Okay, she's younger. She's with a really fucking toxic man, and I tell her exactly what it is. And but the only thing is that like she actually started to listen to me, and then when she used to tell me like, "Oh, I listened to what you said. I started to do that, and now I feel great." And it made me feel good as a person because it's like I'm not lying to you. I never want anybody to suffer and feel the heartbreak and the where your soul is ripped to pieces, and
Right.
you have
but
to put
that
them shits back together.
but just because
I don't
that's
want
not
anybody to
a
do that.
just because that's not a want that you have doesn't mean that you haven't negatively affected somebody based off of their own trauma, not
Yeah.
because of
Oh,
what you
I've definitely been the
not
bad
because
guy
of
before.
not because you weren't trying to purposely hurt them, but because of the way that they accepted it. You know what I'm saying?
True, but at the
Oh
end
yeah.
of the day, I know
Triggers.
that my
Some
intentions
people
were
get mad
pure.
triggers.
I
Yeah.
know
Yes.
that
No.
I was a pure human. Like that's just how I love though. But that's just me. I
That
can't
might
speak
be
for the
too
rest
much
of
for
the
some
world. I
people.
can only speak for me.
Yeah,
My
that might be
nose
too
is
much for some people.
leaking
That
over
might be
here.
overwhelming.
Goddamn.
True, but not everybody's ready to accept that. But at the end of the day, like I said, like this is my story. Like it's your story. Like it's your story. Like it's your story. At the end of the day, if that's not where you're at in life, that's okay. I'll still be your friend, but I'm not here to fix you.
Right.
I
I can
won't be
only
your
help
friend.
you. Help me help you. Help me help you because I will be here for you at the end of the day. I'll always be here. But for me to be taking on like obstacles that aren't mine, all the skeletons in my closet right now aren't even mine. And that's a damn fucking shame.
Let me just pause real quick. This pink purple lighting you got going on, girl. Ooh, you look good.
Oh, it's just our
Just
it's
saying.
it's just the outdoor lighting, girls. Listen, other than that, it would be black as fuck out here. Ain't no light on the street. Ain't no lights out here. What
But
happened?
So
that's
fellas, I feel like y'all ain't really got the
Don't
opportunity to
make
talk
me hit.
too much. What do you guys want to talk about or what do you want to express?
Just
Anything
had
you
to smoke
got,
a
go?
cigarette. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's all kind of. I think relationships are just subjective per person. Some things that some things that bother some people may not bother others. Some things that work for others may not work for everybody. But it's like that just goes back to being individuals. Like, I'd rather my woman not be like me. I like learning from people. I like learning from different types of people. Like my kid's mom. We grew up in the
Oh, you
same
got
like
kids too?
city,
We
same
just
apartment.
finding this information out.
Huh?
You got kids too?
I got one. I got one child.
Yeah.
You ain't asked.
Yeah,
No, we
you
talked
didn't
about
ask.
it though. We were like, how many kids do you have? Oh, I
Well,
have four. These are the ages.
we talking about it
He-
now.
But like
yeah,
you didn't directly ask him. That's what I'm
you ain't
We
saying.
asked
talk
me.
about it now, though.
Does anybody
But
else
yeah,
have kids here?
huh?
Does anybody else have kids here besides us three?
Not that
Nah,
I
Which
that's
know
it.
of.
leaves you, host.
Nah, my little nigga ain't got kids. He ain't got no kids.
I
Nah,
hope
but it's
not.
just like we are almost we're really similar, you know, and I think that was part of our downfall because once I started to change, that's when shit really got weird with us. And I tried to take her with me to understand what the fuck to see the vision. I tried to explain it to her when I decided that I'm gonna make this change. I wasn't to make a change necessarily just for me. Yeah, selfishly it was to make my life better, but I was involving her and our child as well. But once that happened, we fell apart. So that was
But
just
you
more
tried
like
to include her.
yeah, that
Like
was a
you
wake up
tried,
call for to be like maybe she's okay with just being okay, and
which
that's
is a
that's on her.
problem.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I don't
on
think it's
her.
a problem. I don't think it's a problem. It may have been a problem for our relationship, but if she's happy, that's cool. I just wasn't happy where we were at, and I wanted more for us
But that's the
at the
problem,
time.
is what I'm saying, is that you are sacrificing your own happiness for somebody
I'm a
else to
man.
be
That's what we're
happy.
supposed to do. I'm a man.
No,
I'm the head of the household.
no,
Like, you know
no.
what I'm saying?
That's what a lot
Your
of men do.
happiness depends on you. When you start realizing that it's not
Oh,
nobody
I'm
else's fucking
happy.
job,
He happy
well,
now.
you weren't happy then. You
I'm,
weren't
I'm
happy
happy
then.
now. I'm happy
Yeah,
Exactly,
now.
but
yeah.
that's what matters.
Well, there's a difference in people. There's a difference in people, right? You do get your people that want they want the baby, they want the marriage, they want the house, and that's it. And that's okay. They're okay with that baseline. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean that doesn't mean nothing against them. But then there are people like me personally and how you seem to feel about the situation who want more because we have something to offer or we believe that we have something to offer that's more, and sometimes that's just not compatible, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
not to
100%.
say that there's
Can I get
anything
real with y'all for
wrong
a
with
second?
her, but like I said, some people are okay with this and some people want this.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a difference in character. Like I said before, in 10 years you're gonna be different. In a year, in
Exactly.
Yep.
6 months, you're gonna be different. You're gonna grow. Some people don't do that. Some people are okay. Like, I'll use my grandparents as an example. They've been married for what, like, I don't know, 30, 40 plus years, and they're okay with the way that their life has been. My grandmother could sing really well. She could, that's where I got a lot of my talent from. And my grandfather was really into sports and this and that, but they came together and they had kids and they were okay with this. And they're
Yeah.
still at this. And I've never seen
People
them
like to be
hug.
on
I've never
they
seen
like
them
to be
kiss. I've
comfortable.
never seen, you know,
Don't
but
fix what's
like
not broken.
the way that I'm set up is if you're gonna hold my hand and really, really hold my hand, I'm gonna elevate every other month, every other year. I am ever changing. That's just the fucking way that I am, you
But I'm
know.
not excluding you from the change. Like, you're gonna be
Yeah.
updated with my life.
And if
Like,
you
because
can't
Well,
I
see
want you
and
to
that's
that,
level up
okay,
with
but
me.
not
But I can't.
everybody wants to go with a journey with. No, not
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody
But
wants to
that, but
go on a
that's the
journey.
point. Is that, like, you are supposed
because
to
it's
do your
scary.
journey. You should
Yeah,
not be. You should not be changing your life to fit somebody else's needs.
it's
And
All
when
not
You
right.
there's
should
a
So
be
somebody else.
elevating
milestone,
each other, but
all
It's
also
right.
not
be able
fitting.
to do your own things.
All right. So we're about at that hour mark. So
Yo, dead
conclusion.
ass.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, we were about to go off. Let me
probably going
tap
for a
my
whole
blunt.
another hour. You know what I'm saying?
Tap, 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 tap,
So,
tap.
so
Go
what do we
ahead,
got?
Gonzo.
What we got in conclusion with all we discussed? What we got?
That people just really need to just like be yourself, build up the people around you, but also never sacrifice your own self where you're filling up somebody else's cup when your cup is fucking empty.
Right.
Be around people that fill you up just as much as you fill up them. I've had the same friends since 2010, and I realized that because what they came over last night. Three different people that don't know each other. But guess what? The people that are close to me, I'm like, I know you, and we're this close. I know you will fuck with my other people. And guess what? We all became best friends within a night because I'm around the people I need to be around. Versus, oh, I have to be worried that you might not like this person. Oh no, that's not what we're doing. Just just do what you want to do. Do the things that make you happy. Because
And
the person that
Destiny.
will support you will literally be happy for you.
Right. And what about you, Destiny?
I would say really reflect on your self healing. And when you heal yourself, it's an everlasting thing. It's not going to stop today, tomorrow, in 5 years. It's an ever changing thing. And
Yep.
when you do that, also identify with the fact that other people are going through that too.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't hold your triggers against them and you can't hold their triggers against you.
Yeah.
It's
But
all of our first time living. This
instead,
is all our first time.
try to see, try to listen, try to comprehend, and then communicate in a healthy way.
Right.
And if somebody is holding you down, don't let them hold you down. But at the end of the day, you know, love is love. And if you really love somebody without abuse, you guys can make it work together.
For sure. So, what about you, Ghost?
I say, like as far as relationships go, you got to understand that it's not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to agree, but if you guys want together to make it work, you'll find a way. But both people have to want it.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
definitely true. All right.
And
So,
Gonzo,
huh?
and you?
Mine's pretty much the same. What Ghost said. You know, if two people aren't willing to work together to make shit happen, make shit work, then it's not gonna work at all. It's gonna
Okay,
become a toxic relationship for sure.
can I have like the I have because I said it, but like I want you guys to think about what I'm saying because I had to realize it too because just with like recent like conflict between me and my mama, right? But then I read something and then I realized it wasn't just for her, it was for everybody that you come in contact to. I realized that this is also your first time living. You're also experiencing and going through life just like I am. Like this is
Mhm.
all of our first time. Like we are on the earth at the same time. We're all we you have to be understanding of other people's shit. You have to be.
Real
Like
talk.
who am I to judge you about what you go through in your shoes? Like that's selfish as fuck.
Real talk. All right. So before we close this out, y'all go ahead and shout out your social medias and everything.
Aylyluhh. There's some underscores in there. It,
Well, I don't know if it shows. I think it does. My name is Destiny Farinas. You can just type my name in on YouTube. You'll find all my music. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm under IAMGDZR, which stands for Give Doubt Zero Recognition. IAMGDZR on Instagram. And I just want to thank you, Gonzo, for having me tonight. I was a little skeptical because I told you I'm a little bit of an anxious person. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for allowing me to be on your podcast. I really appreciate it. And yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you stepped out your shell and was very talkative. I love that. Like that a lot. Um, Go ahead, Ghost.
Yeah, you can just
girl, I'm
get
about
me
to make a dance to your shit. Sorry.
Ghost underscore Wukong. You know, it's always great chopping over my boy. You know what I'm saying? This is I appreciate you getting me on your podcast. We've been talking about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Glad we got to work. It was nice meeting y'all as well. Um, Hopefully we can make this happen again.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this
Definitely
was
gonna bring you
cool.
back on
This was.
more episodes. So,
Yeah.
so.
Y'all have a
But
good
This was
night and
cool.
have a
Hey,
good
we did
weekend.
the same.
yeah,